Hello, welcome to another Meals of the Week video. Well, this kind of different meals spread over the last 2 weeks of the ones that I've managed to remember to take photos of. I just keep forgetting lately to do it. But I've managed to get a few in collection to show you. Obviously this first one is it was homemade chicken burger with some cheese sauce and some fries, and I did some chicken nuggets on the side with some sprinkled with some I think it was coriander and some onions. It was like a takeaway version of a local takeaway that we get, but this is one that I had before I started the Weight Watchers, so this was over 2 weeks ago now. But yeah, I didn't think I'd showed you that yet, but that one was really nice, but obviously something that I couldn't really have again right now whilst I'm on this plan. But yeah, still really nice nevertheless. So this is one of the first meals I've had on my Weight Watchers plan, which was a whole bunch of salad with some tomato and a little bit of salad cream on. I think the salad cream was like 2 points, and obviously vegetables are free. And then I made up some rice. I cooked that in some chicken stock. And sprinkled some paprika over it just to give it a little bit more flavour. And I made like a sweet chili bake. You can get like one of those casserole packs sachets you get from the supermarket, and I just follow the instructions on the back of that, and you cook it in the sauce that comes in the sachet with some peppers and some onions, and you just bake it on a tray like a casserole dish for about 30 minutes. But yeah, it was a nice, quick and simple healthy dinner. It was really nice actually for our first proper meal of the week. Next up, I've got to show you, this wasn't one of our tea time recipes. This was something I just made quick for lunch. I think it was either 6 or 8 points or something on the app, which was just mainly the pita bread, because I can't remember who I did it with, but they swapped me for the white pita breads instead of the wholemeal ones that I wanted. But you basically just fill that up with chicken or salad or whatever. So I've just got a whole bunch of mixed salad in there. I actually used ham this time around, and then just a little bit of light mayonnaise on top. And yeah, that was really nice, quick, simple and easy lunch. Didn't take very long at time. But yeah, I'm gonna order some more pita breads for next week as well, so because I quite like these, so it was a nice quick lunch for us. Then for our next night, you've probably seen this in quite a few of my meals of the week videos if you do watch me quite regularly. This is a chicken soup recipe. Obviously it doesn't look the best, but it is actually quite nice, and you cook it in the slow cooker with some chicken. I just throw any kind of vegetables I've got in there and some chicken stock, and you just put that in the slow cooker for about 8 hours on the low, and I just served it with like one bread roll. That was basically all I could have on my plan. But yeah, this isn't many points at all. You just have to count for the chicken stock. But yeah, just one of my usual favourites that I've managed to keep. This is another one of my quick lunch recipes I found on the Weight Watchers app, which is wholemeal bread toasted, and you make your own like whole grain mustard mixed with creme fraiche as the base, and then you serve it with your own lettuce and tomatoes and onions and just any kind of vegetables that you like, and then you just put a bacon medallion on top, and then some more of the sauce that you've made, and you sprinkle it with, you're supposed to put chicken, like you bake in the oven, but I only had like chicken slices on me, so I just put that on top, sprinkled with some paprika on top, and then there's some spring onions. The only thing is, it's a lot of ingredients to get out of your fridge and make, but it's still quite a simple, easy one, and we had this twice for a lunch. Yeah, and that was really nice and tasty. Quite a nice recipe to have for one of our lunch times. Then next up, so for dinner that night, I cooked, I was really craving sausage and mash, but I tried to do it in a healthier way. So I got these like low fat sausages, which were quite nice actually. And I did it with a little bit of gravy and some onions and broccoli and cauliflower, and that's all like free on the Weight Watchers plan. And then I did it with sweet potato mash because that was a little bit healthier than normal mashed potatoes. So I'm still trying to have like recipes that I like, but trying to do a slightly healthier alternative and fill my plate up with more veg. But yeah, I could only actually have 2 sausages when I was working out the points for this. But yeah, it was really, really delicious still. So that's what we had the next night. Then for our tea the next night, these was really, really nice, and I'm actually going to have these next week as well. And they were quite simple and easy way to make because we was craving pizzas, so I literally just search in my Weight Watchers app at the minute for like our normal recipes of what I'm craving, but a healthier way to make it. And it said to come up with use like a wrap as the base instead of using like a flour base. So it said to use like one large wrap, but I didn't have any. I had these mini wraps. My partner was a bit worried because obviously he thought that having 2 was like a lot of points, but it wasn't. They only worked out 4 points each for the whole thing. So it was 8 points in total on the plate there, and obviously I'm allowed at the minute 49 points a day. But yeah, these are just some mini wraps, and then you put some tomato puree on the base, just like you would a normal pizza, and then some basil, and then topped it with some pepperoni. I think there was 3 pieces each there, and then some cherry tomatoes and onions, which are free on the plan, and then a little bit of garlic sauce on top, which is like 1 point I think for 1 teaspoon. But yeah, they were really delicious for tea that night. Then next up was a slightly more carb-filled dinner. So I only had soup in the day. It was a low-fat one, so it was like 2 points. So I had like over 40 points to use for my tea time anyway. I got these southern fried chicken strips from my next door neighbour. They were really nice actually. I don't know where he got them from, but they actually tasted like butchered ones, so I'll actually have to ask him where he got that. But I just served mine with some mushy peas, and then I added a sausage on. I think there was 4 points for the sausage, and then it was 8 points for the chips there, and I just served that with some gravy. But yeah, it was quite a busy night that night, so I just needed something quick and simple that was easy to just shove in the oven. So yeah, still really delicious. So that's what we had for that night. Then for one of our roast meat nights, I'm really sorry I'm showing only like a half-eaten meal here, but I only remembered to take the picture like halfway through eating it, so I'm sorry. But yeah, it was basically a vegetarian shepherd's pie. I bought it with corn mince. I made it with some peas, carrots, and gravy, and then some mashed potato on top. And I served that with broccoli, but I'd eaten all my broccoli by this point. But yeah, that's basically what we had for dinner that night. To be honest, obviously I do prefer it with normal mince, and so does my partner, so I'll probably just stick to that from now on. But yeah, still quite a simple dinner for tonight. Then for my final dinner, which is what I had for dinner tonight, I made this homemade tomato soup, which was on the Weight Watchers app, which I'm quite proud of. And I basically used about 8 to 10 tomatoes and a red onion, and you put that in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes till they go soft. Then you put that in. I put it in a blender because I don't have a food processor. So I put that in there with 300 milliliters of vegetable stock and some garlic and some basil, and then you just blitz that all together, and then it's quite ready. Because obviously I was on a late shift tonight, so I just warmed that up when I was ready for my dinner later on. Just put it on a saucepan for about 5 minutes, and yeah, it was quite filling actually, quite and it was quicker, sorry, than I was expecting it to be. But yeah, I just had that, and then I served it with some cheese toasties. They might look a lot on the plate here, but we used the wholemeal bread, so there was like